Alright, let me change the audio settings here. Oops. There we go. For some reason the game audio doesn't seem to be making it through. There we go. Maybe. All right, so let's get started here. We've got this cool intro scene. Kevin wrote all of this. Anything you want to say about this, Kevin?
About the intro?
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people know what it's a reference to at this point. I mean, as the only writer on the project, that's really fun because, it's really interesting. But it's really also fun because nobody really knows what you're doing until like the builds come in. So like I forget like the Easter eggs or the little things I put in until like someone else kind of is just like, oh, there's that thing, or you go, oh, there's that thing. I'm like, oh yeah, like I remember,
Yeah.
I remember writing that. I didn't really run it by anyone, so it's just nice.
Yeah, you've written the entire game by yourself.
Yeah, which is, well, you wrote one line, and we're not going to tell people what line that is.
They'll have to figure that out.
They're gonna have the opportunity. If you can find out what line John wrote in the game, in this game that's almost in this demo that's almost 13,000 words, we will send you a free digital copy of the game. No. We'll send you a free T-shirt. I will send you a free T-shirt if you guess. Tweet at us. Try to guess the line that John wrote.
Zach thinks that the opening scroll goes too fast.
Yeah.
And he wants me to scroll off the side of the map and explore. So, so we're gonna explore space out here. There's all these asteroids. There's not really anything interesting out there. Uh-oh, I should see if I can make my way back to the there we go. I always forget about you can rotate like that as well.
Yeah,
I always like seem to keep the default rotation, but I really should be moving that a little bit more, get some better angles on stuff.
That is why we made that game in 3D.
Yeah, and this started out as a 2D game, and then we made this 3D,
which was a really cool choice. All right, I'm gonna go. Be right back. Actually, I'm gonna go get some water because all I've drank so far today is caffeine, and it's over here. So I'll be right back.
Good to keep hydrated.
Yeah, I should probably keep hydrated.
So the big thing that makes our combat different is that ships take up multiple tiles. Most turn-based strategy games I've seen is, you know, a unit or ship is always one tile, even if it's a big battleship or a little fighter squad or something, it would always be one tile. So so we wanted to do something unique here. gonna shoot this thing with my missiles, see if I can hit it. Yeah, 10 damage. Alright, now I gotta scan this. Ooh, I've identified a weakness. Awesome. Oh no! Explosion.
Here's the thing, like it is a very dramatic moment, but I've seen it so many times at this point that just it doesn't feel as dramatic for me anymore.
Yeah, I've seen it a bunch. It's a pretty cool, really simple cutscene. All right, so we need to destroy them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move as close as I can here to get the best hit chance. I get real close here, so I should have 99% chance. So yeah, I should be able to hit this guy. Yeah, and I hit him.
And you hit him. And
I'll do it again, and I hit him again. And now he's gonna get even closer to me. Oh, see, he's trying to get behind me.
He's gonna flank you.
Yeah, trying to get behind me, dude. Yeah, so now he did 36 shield damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know how embarrassing it would be if you lost on this stream? You've made this game. Like, you've helped design this system.
All right, Zach just asked if there's penalties for being in an asteroid space. So what we're trying to do with the asteroids, we don't have it fully implemented yet, but we do eventually want to have like some sort of cover system so that it's like there's this asteroid here. So if this is kind of a small asteroid, but if it were bigger, then maybe it would block, and I wouldn't be able to shoot at the Horus here because the asteroid would be in the way. So that's the big thing we wanted to do with that. Also, it would make makes movement harder, and ideally also we want larger ships like the battleships to be able to fire missiles at these asteroids and to be able to blow them up. So like you might have a big ol' asteroid field like over here or something, and you're like, there's no way I can make it through that. You fire your missiles at it, blow them all up, and then be like, just go straight through. Like I said, that's not implemented, but that's the idea of what we're trying to do. So 99% hit chance again. All right, shield failure. So his shields are down. Let's see, dealt 5 hull damage.
Did Kevin see
10
Pixel Kevin?
I did not see that too. But Kevin should see that sometime, a very pixelated version of himself. Alright, so I am victorious. I just beat the tutorial. I should be very proud of myself for doing that. I did not die during the tutorial. Would have been embarrassing if I did.
Wow, that would be. You've made the game! In John's defense, though, John was not in charge of the combat. John did not implement that.
Yeah, Josh did most of our combat. I actually implemented all this user interface stuff. So, little cool thing I want to do here. Enter your character name. You're like, forget it, I don't want to. You click next. It doesn't let you, and then it tells you you really do need to put a name in here.
That took him 3 days to implement. And,
it did not. And the sound seems to be a little loud. Let me bring that down. There, is that better? Hopefully that's a little better. Alright, and then here is our bar scene. You meet Commander Redding here. So this was actually a really cool idea that Kevin had, was to do the character creation through, instead of like having a typical character creation scene screen, to have a dialogue scene. So Commander Redding further on. Yeah, he just asks you questions, and like organically through the conversation, he'll ask you questions about your past, and that'll build up your stats of your character.
And it'll affect your narrative choices as well. So,
yes.
Especially when you look at like a lot of RPGs, and that's kind of how they do it. But we kind of took it from the whole, like they do it for like one part, but we decided to do it as a whole. So we decided to say, okay, let's let backstory affect everything. You know, all of the stats that you get, and all of the choices that all of the special sort of branching choices you have as well. So.
And then Zach is asking about our music and what we based it off of, if we based it off of any sci-fi stuff. And we were definitely influenced by other sci-fi. You want to talk about that, Kevin?
Yeah, so I mean, Gary Lee Kovacs is the guy that did all the music. Look him up; he's really good. He did music for like a ton of other games. So I mean, we kind of sat down and looked at a bunch of different like musical influences and what sort of and different instruments that we wanted to have be a part of it. So a big thing that I said that I kind of wanted to avoid was, and I think this goes for every single thing in this game that I wanted to avoid, was was like a cyberpunk feel. So if you do notice, there is some synth and things like that. I mean, there's definitely synth, but we wanted to make sure that any sort of that sound stays really far away from that cyberpunk range. But I mean, yeah, we definitely looked at like System Shock as a musical influence. We looked a lot at some of the World of Warcraft music, believe it or not. But really, I mean, we stuck a lot in that fantasy realm. So like, and then we kind of mixed it with, I guess, some of the more tribal. That sounds weird, but like some of the more like tribal elements. We kind of called it from some of the World of Warcraft music. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of different sounds. Like, you can't really point to one specific game and say like that's where we got it from. It was really
a bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
piloting,
this
John.
So this screen here is what I was talking about, where based on what you pick here, he's asking you what you studied at the academy, and so you pick piloting, and then you're going to have that. Your character will have those better stats in piloting.
Yeah. But and once again, that kind of goes to serve as like two ways as well. So
this is one of my favorite lines here. I used to work in politics. Say no more.
Well, because he's asking you about how you gained command of your ship.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, so we have like a lot of little lines. I mean, Redding is definitely that really like very dry character. I wouldn't say dry. He has a drier sense of humor. He's a very fun character to write. I mean, he's probably one of my favorites. I think I have the most Redding dialogue out of the whole game. I think, like, just my Redding dialogue there's a lot of it. Him and Michelle Hawling as well. Like, I mean, I gotta say I like all of them though. I really like some of the complexities with Sam's background and some of the hypocrisy we see with some of the other characters as well. So, and Jaiden is very. I like them all. I like every character in this game. I mean, I hope I do. It'd be a problem if I didn't like them. I think we might be getting joined by some other people as well. So John, how much fun was it implementing all this UI?
It was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, being able to take some art, put it in the game, and hook everything up, get it working. It was definitely a challenge, but I mean, it's really cool seeing it in action here.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I think just like UI in general was a really big. Hey, Sergey. Speaking of UI, we're talking about UI. Sergey is our lead artist on the project, so he kind of helps do our visual styling. He does all of our 3D models. Are you there?
So these are my stats here.
Hang on, I gotta take a call.
Okay. So these are the stats here, and actually it looks like we forgot to put piloting in here. I was going to show that piloting was going to have some skills, but that is a mistake. So we'll have to fix that in a later build. And then here is gonna be the log. Haven't implemented that yet, but eventually, as you do things, there'll be log entries that'll show up, kind of as you put your story together. A sort of diary will unfold. And then here's the crew management. So I can figure out, okay, who do I want? This person is a -3 in engineering. 0 is actually average. This skills range from -10 to +10. So a -3 is less than average. So this person is a 2 in engineering, so I think I want to keep her. These people with the lock symbols, they're locked, so I can't replace them because they're specific to the story. And then this is your own character. Let's see, what is this guy? This guy's a 3 in tactics. Probably want to keep him there. Let me take a look at these other ships. I think I've got the best people here. I could make myself the captain here. Take that, Kevin.
You narcissist. I just hopped on as you said. I'm gonna make myself a captain.
Yep, you're unused, Kevin.
Just like in the development of what we're doing here.
So here's the map. It's nothing special here. Eventually want this to be interactive where you'll be able to click on stuff, but for now it's real basic. You can zoom in and out. And so here's where we are right now at Oracle Battle Station in the Delphi system, and we're heading to the Urbis 7 system, so it's way out here. And if I zoom out a bit, so this is this is the known populated systems. So this is like way on the edge of civilization. So we're heading way out there.
And this is Jaidin, an ambassador that comes on board. I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know about you. Oh, I think it's better now. Nope, we are still getting feedback.
Weird.
Are you getting it as well?
No, I don't hear anything. All right, so here's Oracle Battle Station. This is the first station in the game, and so here's a market. You know, we can't go there yet, but eventually you'll be able to go here. You'll be able to buy stuff like missiles and upgrades for your ship, things like that. Eventually we're gonna have um, custom skins as well. I'm getting a echo, Kevin.
Yeah, I am as well.
That's weird.
Sergey, try muting Mike, see if it's on your end. Hang on.
Test. Nope. Let's see.
There we go. Is that better?
Test. Yeah, much better. So yeah, we're gonna have custom skins for the ships as well. Yeah, there'll be customization. Also, you know, you'll be able to eventually add ships to your fleet because you know, once the ship gets destroyed during combat, you know, that's it. That ship is gone. So then you're going to have to be able to replenish those ships. And then you can go back to the bar here. There'll be some side conversations here. We haven't added those yet, but eventually they will be here.
That might be added in the next patch, depending on how things go. Because I think
you've been working on some of those conversations, right, Kevin?
Yeah. Depending on what happens, yeah. I mean, I think very realistically, we could have those by our next patch.
So I figured I'd talk to Commander Redding here. You don't have to talk to him. You can just leave the station, but you can stop by and say hi before you leave. Ask him some questions. So, when was the station founded? And he tells you it's the this is actually the newest Commonwealth station.
Yep, it's the furthest one out and the newest.
Yeah, as they're trying to expand. What's the purpose of the station? It's a military station, as you know, probably expected based on the name. You know, Oracle Battle Station. It's got to be a military station. Is there anything fun to do around here? Do you like drinking? Yeah, it's just like the bar. I'd like to get to know him better. He's been stationed here 10 years.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. Very, very long time.
I mean, that's not that long because that's 10 Muldarian years instead of Earth years.
That's true.
Muldarian years are about half as long, so it's about 5 Earth years. So
it's a long time if you're stationed out in.
Why is it called Oracle Battle Station? I don't know. Kevin, you named it. You just thought it was cool, or what?
No, I mean there's a lot of different reasons. So basically, we're kind of playing upon the idea, of like this mysticism that occurs within the outer worlds. So, like the inner worlds is from a design, like from our standpoint, like very grounded and very factual. Whereas if you go into the outer worlds, it's filled with sort of these more fantasy elements and magical elements. And so basically, I kind of went off of the idea of obviously Oracle Battle Station sounds really cool, but also going upon the idea of like a priest or a prophet or someone who's going to foretell the future, and that obviously plays, and so that is very important, and you'll kind of see what I mean by that. You'll have to wait and see, but that's why I named it. I named it specifically off that definition. I hope that was satisfactory as an answer.
So here, if you were reading along with the dialogue, there's a problem with the engine, and so you're talking to the guy working on it here, and you can help him look for the problem. And based on your character stats, if you are good enough in engineering, you might be able to figure out what the problem is, and if you're not, then you probably won't be able to figure out what the problem is. So here I am, I get working, digging around in the machine, going through wiring and tubing, trying to find the problem. And I can't find the source of the problem. Obviously, my character is not good enough. But if I were, I would have been able to find the problem. And then we're leaving the station, and we're gonna head towards Urbis 7 here. So as you notice, supplies are going down, travel time's going down. So the supplies here is gonna be an important part of the game. If you run out of supplies, then your crew goes hungry. If they go hungry, morale goes down, stuff like that. I imagine eventually, if you go without supplies for too long, crew probably start dying or mutinying or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an end game factor.
Yeah. So you'll want to make sure that as you stop by at stations, that you'll be buying supplies.
And at a certain point, you'll get crabby redding, and you just don't want crabby redding. The commander redding.
So, I thought I had picked piloting, but obviously my piloting wasn't good enough for this.
It's based on navigation.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So,
navigation and piloting is two different skills. Piloting would give you a higher boost to tactics as well, so it's going to give you a tactical advantage. Because piloting is for if you study piloting, or you were a pilot, you're actually a fighter pilot.
Just ignore that. Whoops.
Oh. Some code broke through.
Yep.
They'll discover our secrets. How we make the dialogue different colors.
I did write a line that didn't make it into the game. Instead of try to stay out of range and avoid detection, I put in pretend we don't see them. But Kevin didn't like that line, and yeah, he cut it and replaced it with this, which is kind of the same thing, but I mean, that's more realistic of what somebody would say. Oh, enemy ship, pretend we don't see them. Probably not the best answer. So here we got a an encounter. So we've got two ships here. These two guys, and they are attacking us, which is not smart of them, because we got big old Commonwealth battleship and then two Commonwealth destroyers, so we should be able to take them out pretty easily. So let's see here. See how close I can. I'll move over there, I guess. I'm gonna shooting them 97% chance to hit. I like those chances.
Never tell me the odds.
I mean, every once in a while I'll have like a 99% chance to hit and then I'll still miss. But I mean, I guess that'll happen, you know, 1 out of every 100 times. So I'm just gonna go like nose to nose with this guy, see what happens. I can take him. So yeah.
Hopefully you roll well.
Yeah, 99. I think I got this. I think my my gunners can hit from this distance.
Look at that low amount of damage you're dealing.
Yeah. So yeah, the crew play a big part of both your hit percentage and how much damage you deal when you do hit. So managing those crew is definitely important. But obviously the big factor is distance. So you know, if I try to fire from here, 59% chance to hit, and I missed. But if I move in a bit closer, and then I try to hit now, 94%. So yeah, shield failure for them. I have not scanned the ship, so I don't know what its health is at right now. But frankly, I don't think I really care, because this destroyer is versing my big old battleship and my 2 destroyers here. I mean, this thing is going down. So now it is their turn. This battle was purposely made kind of easy to try to ease the player into combat. Obviously, as the game progresses, battles will get harder and harder. So we decided we'd start off easy. But looks like they took out the shields on the Zethus. So I'm going to have to watch that, because I don't want that ship to die. And then so here, I'll use my deflector shields. So I'll spend six action points to add some shields back. Unless, I guess I can't. Oh, because I have to do it for a different. I see. So this does it for a different ship. You can't use it on yourself. So I just restored that ship's shields. So maybe when it's that ship's turn, I can restore shields on the Zethus. So let me fire at this guy. I hit him. I only dealt 1 damage. That's not good. 6 damage. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, I don't know what happened there. The game crashed on me. That's never happened to me before. But obviously it would happen during the live stream. So apologies for that.
We only get bugs during the live stream.
Yep. Yeah, that's the only time it's ever crashed, is during live streams.
Exploratory testing. Never. Thanks, Mandalore. Never crashed on him when he played.
So, anything you'd like to add, Kevin?
I mean, thanks for everyone who donated to the Kickstarter so far. I mean, we've been doing really well in the first couple of hours here. I don't think anyone's claimed any physical rewards yet. I just want to talk about how cool those are.
What's your favorite one so far?
My favorite one, well, obviously it's the ship model, but that's, I mean, really, really high level reward. But I guess my
And
most
we're getting
favorite,
those 3D printed and then professionally painted, right?
we're actually gonna have them be, we're actually gonna get casts and have those produced that way.
Okay,
So they're not
awesome.
gonna be, yeah, they're gonna be very, very professionally done, which will be very neat. And then, but beyond that, so obviously understanding that that's going to be a select few group of people who are going to get that, it's got to be the game box. The game box looks really cool. We're going to do a mock-up of the game box and show that off pretty soon. I love big box editions of games, and I think this is something that will be very neat.
I also think those T-shirts look pretty sweet. So
Yeah, we'll have to get some
excited
of
to get
those
one
as
of
well.
those.
Yeah, we have two really cool T-shirts that you can get as add-ons.
So the two T-shirts, one is the one with the Commonwealth logo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not on you're still on the bridge image, unless you're trying to get to the thing really quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Yeah, I just left that static image up.
Yeah, so we have two T-shirts, one of which you can do as an add-on. So we have a lot of really cool add-ons. One of which is the Commonwealth logo, which is the leader of the Commonwealth, or co-founder of the Commonwealth, and the other one, which is the just you get the logo, and then you get without me there wouldn't be any final Equinox. So yeah, so we have some awesome. I mean, we just have really cool physical rewards. We have dog tags, custom dog tags with your name on it. That's also at a higher tier. We have patches, like military patches. We have an art book. Sergey said art book. Yeah, we have the
Oh
art
yeah,
book.
the art book.
The art book,
That's
which
the concept art, right?
yeah, yeah. So I mean, our art is really cool looking.
And you'll be able to see the evolution from where it started out 2 years ago to where it is now. Even gonna get some of the initial concept art that you drew, Kevin. This like
I
whiteboard
don't know
star
if we're gonna be.
stuff.
Maybe that's a stretch goal that we
Now
can
we
throw
should
in.
throw those in. I mean, I kept those pictures because yeah, I was like, we're gonna need these in the future to show them off. Kevin is not a concept artist, and they did not look very good. But I mean, this is kind of like stick figure drawing sort of things. But I mean, it got us started. So the art's definitely come a long way.
I would hope so. I would sure hope so.
All right, let me this up again. Alright, so hopefully it doesn't crash this time.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, feel free to keep asking us questions as well. I know there's a lot of things in this game, and it's very hard to kind of just describe it a lot of times. So that's why we kind of like questions and things like that.
So gonna try to take down this ship again.
Hey, Sergey.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
It's a middle of the night right now. But like, I'm good now.
Okay, Zach just asked here if what kind of active effects will there be? Will there be negative effects if you take too much damage? Good
Oh, for
question.
sure.
Yes, there will be both positive and negative effects. We'll have things like different clouds you can go through. Like we will have some that like as you're if you spend too much time in that cloud, like each turn you'll take a certain amount of damage or something, you know, different things like that. And then, you know, some of these that you can have a radius effect that will affect ally ships in the area or enemy ships in the area, or potentially both. So that'll definitely be something we'll expound upon.
And maybe
builds.
like to yeah, I mean that's definitely something that we're gonna have. Like we're gonna have a lot of different space elements and things like that.
There he goes.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the fighters. I think, man, brutal.
He's running away.
Let's talk a little bit about the fighters.
Yeah, so we have fighters in the game, and the purpose of them is to disable subsystems on an enemy ship. So like you could disable their weapon systems and they wouldn't be able to fire, or you could disable their engines, they wouldn't be able to move. And that'll actually be really handy because there'll be some missions where you're going to be told to capture somebody instead of just killing them outright. And if you destroy their ship, you know, people won't be happy with you because that wasn't what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to disable the ship and capture the enemy. So, so fighters will play an important. They'll have an important role there. I'm actually going to scan this guy, see how many hit points he's got.
And things are also affected proportionally in terms of the fighters and things like that. So basically, when you take down the guns and things like that, the lower the health of the guns, the less attack that ship's gonna have. Or the same thing with the engines. If you start attacking the engines, it's gonna lower the speed.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you won't have to actually bring the hit points of that component down to 0 to have some benefits. So if their engines are half dead, then they have half the movement points they would normally have. So even though you might not completely disable the component, it'll still be a benefit to you. So after that surprise attack, I'm gonna resume my trip to Urbis 7.
All right, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. So Urbis 7 is a mining colony It's actually on an asteroid orbiting a planet. And then I'm going to meet up with the governor here, because I was sent here to investigate those attacks. So I'm going to meet up with him, ask him what he knows. So here he is. He used to be a officer in the Commonwealth. And then when he retired, he became the governor here. So he thinks it's either pirates, rebels, or the Kreloth. So it's apparently illegal to keep alcohol on a Commonwealth ship, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because why not? I'm the admiral. I'm in charge. So here we go. We're at Urbis 7, and then at any station or planet that you're at throughout the game, you'll be able to access the crew management system. So I could go here, and I could once again replace Kevin with myself as being the captain here. As when I did that last time, and then the game crashed during the combat, so didn't do that this time around, but now I am. Yeah. So, yep, now we're here at Urbis 7. And once again, this market is not able to be used, but it will be eventually. So I'm gonna go to the dock, see what's there. Nah, I'm not gonna help her. Why should I? And then I'll go to the governor's house. There's Jayden is here. She is not happy with Governor Pinto. And then I'm gonna head out again. So he had given us the coordinates. When we met him in the meeting room, he had given us the coordinates to where the he thought the rebels were hiding out. So it's a day away. We're gonna go check it out. Alright, so we've got 4 enemy ships out here. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I think I'll take out that ship first. If I can get out there. I'll head out. Yeah, that seems about good. And I'm just gonna keep on firing at him. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my main battleship. See how quickly I can take out that first guy. The destroyers can move a lot quicker and a lot further than the battleship. So getting those destroyers out there is a whole lot easier. But once the battleship is there, I mean, it's got tons of action points, deals a lot of damage. Oh man, I missed him. Missed him again. 8 damage. 15. Well, I did some at least. See how fast I can get this guy here. See how close I can get him. And they actually outnumber us here, but we still have the upper hand because we got a big old destroyer, big old battleship rather. All right, so I was able to take out that first ship, which was exactly what I wanted to do. And I guess I'll go after that one next. Now it's their turn. And you'll notice these are all question marks because we haven't scanned them, so we really don't know anything about them other than what we see visually. But if I were to scan them, then that would show up. So this guy's shields are half down. We'll have to be careful with that guy. Oh no, shield failure. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire from here, and then when I'm done firing, probably run the other direction. That's weird. I have movement points, but the button is grayed out. Another bug, I guess. Because I'm supposed to be able to move. Oh, better bring this guy in. And if you'll notice, you know, that ship that got destroyed, the wreckage remains, so now it's gonna make it harder to get over here. Gotta go around that wreckage. And then these little asteroids make things a bit difficult as well.
You have -1 action, or oh no, that's a dash between them, so it's indicating. And I think I think that's one of the things that we talked about. It's like, what do we want to fix? Like after the Kickstarter. And one of the biggest things I think we said is the combat UI, just like slimming it down, making it sleeker,
Yeah.
and making things kind of clearer for everyone. I think that's our biggest thing on my list, at least, is
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
is
we've heard a
pretty
lot of
much do a redesign.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of feedback that a lot of this stuff isn't the most clear. So we'll have to rethink some of that. All right, so it's their turn again. Hopefully, the Zethus can survive. Ooh, that's not good. That thing's going down.
Yep.
I'm gonna lose that ship.
You're so confident.
Yeah, now he's moving in for the kill. Yep. Yeah, that's... Oh. That's weird. I thought for sure he was moving in for the kill. Guess he's feeling generous.
How many more ships? They have 3 ships right now, correct?
Yeah.
One of them is much stronger than the other, and you don't know which one.
If I scanned, I would find out.
Yeah.
But
because one of them is the Arpon's ship.
Well, I'm gonna do a repair here.
That's smart.
And then I'm gonna get as far away from here as I can. Let's see here. Yeah, these things go pretty far, so I can probably... Yeah, there we go. Get this guy out of here. Alright, took care of that guy. Let's see. I'll see if I can move in over here. Let's see what he does. Alright, so that ship has shield failure. Hopefully he can hold out a bit longer. I think I'm gonna leave this ship out here and just fire from a distance. Yeah, I keep missing, but one of the... Nope. Maybe one of these will make it. Nope. Everyone was a miss. Well, this ship should be able to deal some damage. right there, 41 damage. That's what I like. There we go. So we got one enemy left. I still have all my ships, even though two of them are, the two destroyers are getting pretty low. But that battleship is a beast, so I could just use my battleship for this last guy.
It was pretty hairy there for a little bit.
Yeah.
How is it playing this game? Like, I mean, what's the experience like for you?
I mean, this is a lot of fun doing this playthrough.
Yeah, it's always like the interesting like thing about working on a game is like there's that point where you're like, this game is so terrible, it sucks.
Yeah,
And
you get all the little, you see all the little bugs.
and then like you
can't
just
move
kind of
for
sit
some
down and
reason.
play it, and you're like, it's not bad.
That's true. That's true.
Sergey's also on the call here, so maybe when we see
Hey, everyone.
some more
Hey.
Sergey images. Sergey, what's it like doing art for the game? What are some artists and things like that you?
We come such a long way through all of the art. Like beginning, like just as a starting point, we have like the Kevin's scribbles that we have.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, heard that. And I believe that he will agree that what we have right now, I think that he'll never even imagining that we will get to this point of view, like
yeah.
level of quality.
So I defeated the enemy, and in the full game, you're gonna actually have to disable this guy Arpon. You're having to disable his ship instead of destroying his ship. You actually will be able to destroy his ship, and then people are gonna be upset that you killed him instead of capturing him, and then you'll get a different sequence here. But that's not implemented yet, so we captured him, and sorry, leader of security here is got this guy ready for my orders. So he's one of the leaders in Valen's alliance.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the head honchos.
Yep.
The big dogs on campus.
So I'm gonna look at his tattoo. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna look away.
That was one of the like early concepts we had for Arpon was like this crazy tattoo that he has that
Yeah,
moves.
the whole idea with the tattoos like came on really like from far early concepts and then make it to the final edits.
I mean, I barely touched that scene. Like when I went through, like I touched everything. Like I changed like a lot of stuff, like in terms of wording, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The artist did a good job of concepting it. I think that was a David piece, and then Sergey optimization.
So so I decided that I was gonna give him mercy. I'm just gonna let him go. He is after all one of my own kind. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be like, hey, whatever. I don't care that you are a terrorist and have been capturing and murdering civilians. I'm just gonna let you go. And
Order is execution. Everyone wanted execution.
Yeah.
We didn't get it to him.
yeah, the crew. A lot of the crew will be happy if you execute him, but the orders were to capture him and deliver him to the Commonwealth. But so those are the two, pretty much the best options there. But letting him go, upsets everybody. But I thought it would be funny. And
Funny. Yeah, because that's.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
how.
execution is always funny.
So yeah, you keep making decisions like that. Maybe this one, maybe the crew. It's not going to lead the crew to revolt or anything, but the crew are going to remember that I sided with this dude against the Commonwealth, and they're going to be keeping an eye on me, and
There will be some consequences to this.
yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
at some point, maybe if I keep doing things like this, there'll be the straw that broke the camel's back,
Oh,
where
there will be consequences. There are consequences just from this event alone.
yeah, but I
Spoiler
mean,
alert.
but enough choices in a specific direction to anger specific crew members, and there's gonna be huge consequences for that.
We
And
need to.
once again, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think we need to add like something to our stretch goals in the Kickstarter, like you can choose the way to execute this guy, like an option there. Like throw this
Throw his
body
body
in the
with the
open
airlock.
space, yeah, just like airlock or just kill him or something.
I always kind of like, like Game of Thrones. Spoiler for people who haven't seen Game of Thrones. But like the season 1, when if you haven't seen season 1 of Game of Thrones, like it's gonna get spoiled now. But I mean, season 1 when Ned Stark gets executed with his own sword. Like I think I always kind of like imagined it isn't how he gets executed, but like for some reason I always imagined him being executed with his own axe.
That is so dramatic.
So here we were traveling on our way back to Oracle Battle Station, and so I'm in my bedroom here, and Martin, the first officer, wakes me up saying that there's been an attack and I'm needed on the bridge. So, Oracle Battle Station isn't looking too good right now. So I'm guessing we're not going to be docking there again.
Ever soon.
So Sergey, you obviously you drew this one. You drew this.
That was a huge piece for me.
This
I
lovely
was-
piece.
I was extremely excited to draw this one because, like, this is a huge turnover for the whole game, and I was like, I have an NDA, and I cannot show this to anyone. And like this is always like a hard part of drawing something like this, because when you do something this level of awesomeness, because come on, like everyone loves something blowing up in a space, but you cannot ever like show this to somebody, and this is one of the pieces that I'm really proud of. It took me like just an enormous amount of time just to figure out the way to properly disassemble and blow up the whole thing together. There was a few iteration of like me trying to do this and accomplish all of this. Like one of that was just drawing all by my hands, and on one of the stage I realized that this is not even possible, like to draw all of those debris and particles and stuff and like blowing ship together. It was like, this is not just coming along well. And after that, I decided I will try to learn some simulation stuff. And so the idea was that I took the original 3D model of the Oracle Battle Station. I simulated a blow up in the certain points of the station, and then all of the debris was rendered out. And after that, I drew on top of that, and then we've got the result, which was looking pretty damn good. And that was the super solid base for what you have seen right now on your screen. Like, took me a ton of experimenting to deal with, but I think that this is one of the best pieces that I ever drew, like realistically.
Yeah, it looks really sweet.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely my my favorite piece by far, and definitely like the coolest moment. And yeah,
Yeah, that's a cool moment of the game.
kind of this like just this really dramatic moment of, and now people ask why, and now we're coming back around to why is it called Oracle Battle Station, and because it's prophesizing things to come. So
Yeah.
there we go. So for everyone who's stuck through with the entire stream and asked that question, now that is why it's called Oracle Battle Station.
And that's the entirety of the demo. So
That's it. How long? I mean, we're cruising pretty fast on that one. And how long was it?
I honestly don't know. Because the game did crash the first playthrough, so then I had to quickly get back to where I was.
But that takes you like even less than 10 minutes, so
Yeah, and then we also went slowly through the dialogue stuff, and we took our time.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. I mean, thanks everyone for being on the stream. We're probably gonna keep it up. We're probably gonna take a short break again, just so that we can kind of go drink and eat. Thanks. And like I said, I mean, tweet us, ask us questions. Like we love questions.
Yeah, give us feedback. Tell us what you like, what you hate. Negative feedback is good as well, because then we can use that to improve the game. So yeah, any sort of feedback that you want to give, we'd love to hear it.
Definitely. We're super excited about people playing the demo and people liking the demo. So yeah. So I'm gonna take a short break. We should be back. We'll tweet and message everyone on Discord and things like that when we will be back.
Zach says he doesn't like how loud and distorted the explosions are. Yeah, that is something I've noticed, that those are really loud. We'll have to just across the board make them all quieter.
yeah, a bit balanced.
Yeah, do some sound balancing there. Yeah, I noticed that a few days ago when I was playing through, and I was like, whoa, this is really loud.
But like once again, this is a pre-alpha, so there is still lots and lots of like patches coming out, even to demo, I believe.
Yeah, I mean we'll probably have a patch out in the next couple days.
Yeah, Josh was working on some changes. He actually he committed some changes earlier today, so I'm sure sometime in the next few days we'll have a new build out there.
So yeah, I believe that issue will be fixed super soon.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, thank you. It was really fun. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. We should be back in about half hour or so. We just need to probably take some. I mean, I think most of us have not had a lot of sleep in the last like 5 days. I am streaming today. I heard with Brandon and I are going to be up till 5 in the morning. So we're going to be up all night. I think the next step is he's going to be coming back and he's going to be playing the game for the first time, which is super exciting. And then we're going to kind of see where we go from there. So super excited. Please back the project, tweet it out, like share it with your friends. Yeah, I mean we're really excited to be making a game like this. It's really cool and really fun. So, and we love watching people play. It's very cool as well. So thank you. Yeah, I think. See ya.
See ya, everyone.
We'll tweet when we're back. So
I just stopped the stream.